Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So I had a really good mail day today. Look what just got delivered to me. These are the two new palettes from Simply Posh Cosmetics. This is the Holiday Edition Cozy Cabin Eyeshadow Palette and Cheek Palette. So if you want to hear my thoughts on these two products, then please stick around for today's video and make sure you are subscribed before leaving today. I am so pumped for today's video. These look so beautiful. So I want to pop up some close-ups of the palettes, the swatches, all of the things. So the eyeshadow palette, it is going to retail for $45, and this collection will be launching on November 6th, and it will launch at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the cheek palette will retail for $40. So they had an original Cozy Cabin palette, and that has been since discontinued, so they wanted to bring it back, but obviously not with the same exact color story. So this one just has its own unique twist to it, and I must say I missed out on the first Cozy Cabin, but I'm so happy that I do have this one. It's so beautiful. I do have an affiliate code. It's BRITTANYRAE. If you would like to use my discount code, you can. I love the packaging. I think it's just a holiday dream. So I want to zoom you in and let's get started with two looks, and also want to test out the cheek palette. So first, I want to test out the Cozy Up Cheek Palette right here. I mean, guys, if you like a pink blush, hello. How pretty is this? I am so excited to see a cheek palette from Simply Posh Cosmetics. I hope, if y'all are listening, I hope you do a citrus punch themed face palette. Like, are you kidding me? I use this all the time for blush and highlighter. It would just make me so happy. Anyways, let's jump into this palette right here. I have high hopes. I'm going to go in with Snug, this baby doll pink right here. Put this over here. I was super excited whenever I swatched these. They felt really pigmented for sure, but also really smooth, and they are matte blushes if you are curious. And I do like that they have a highlighter, so if you want to put a glow on top, you can. But that's the pink one right there. Super pretty. It just makes you look cold. Now, I'm going to go in with Warm Wishes. I'm just going to use two blushes today. And this one looks more coral, pinky coral right here. How pretty. These two, if you have deeper skin tone, that's going to be perfect for you. I would have to be very careful reaching into those, but I'm definitely excited to test them out. I'm going to pop Warm Wishes on top. This is pigmented. Wow. If you're a makeup artist also, or if you love pink blushes, I think you're going to really enjoy this palette. Are you kidding me? Holy pigment. Let's just get my beauty sponge and calm you down. So I will say that this almost gives, since it's matte, like a smoothing effect to the skin. But definitely go in with a light hand if you're fair, because they pack a punch. So for the highlighters, I'm going to try to use as many as possible. Let's just dive in. Let's see, Snowed In, this icy white right here. I'm going to put just a touch on my chin. We have 4 to use, so I got to get creative here. Very icy and bright and blinding. Super pretty. These don't have like any glitter or anything. It just looks like a really nice smooth highlighter. Now I want to go in with Merry and Bright, which is a gorgeous icy pink, and I want to put that on this cheek right here. Very pretty. It looks lovely on top of that blush as well. Just that icy pink right there. Super pretty. And then over here, I'm cleaning my brush off in between each use, but I want to go in with Miracle. It looks like the traditional champagne color. I'm not getting too much pigmentation, or not pigmentation, but kick up whenever I dig in, so it's not too powdery. And I'm going to put that right here. Really nice formula. Wow, these are so bright. Oh, how pretty. Now the gold sweater weather, it's going to be obviously a touch too dark for me right now, but in the summer, I think it would be nice. I should have put a little bit of that on my nose because it's definitely a darker gold. Not too dark. I think a lot of people can get use out of this, but I think it's super pretty. So I like the nice mix of shades in here. Now I'm going to jump into the palette. Now let's jump into the eyeshadow palette. I must say, I was looking up close. I really like the blushes and the highlighter. The blushes give such a smoothing effect to the skin. I don't know, I really enjoy that formula. I'm here for it. Alright, now I cleaned my brushes. I'm super excited. Honestly, I want to first go into this winter mix over here. Are you kidding me? How beautiful are these tones? This row right here, the blues, just, I mean, they just captivated me. When I opened, I was like, holy moly, those look lovely. So that's what I want to kind of go into first today. Shocker, I know, but I don't know. I'm in a blue mood, I suppose. I want to go in with a Snowfall. It's the darkest blue. Really, really pretty shade. And let's just see. Oh, pigmented. I really like their formula, so I'm excited to see this color story and see how well it performs. That's a beautiful, beautiful blue. I want to go in with Hot Chocolate. It's a neutral warm tone brown. And I'm just going to kind of mix that on top and then start working that into my crease. I'm really happy that they added Hot Chocolate. It's something very, very necessary for me personally to navigate a palette with color. I'm going to dive into Wishlist. It's the lightest blue in the palette. Such a pretty shade. I'm just going to work that everywhere. I zoomed you in a little bit more. I felt like you were a little far away. And I'm just going to wrap that on my lower lash line as well. I'm putting down just a little bit of eyeshadow base because I'm ready to go in with a shimmer. I want to go in with the shade Lights. This blue just looks so pretty. I'm excited to see what that looks like on the lid. So let's just dive in. Really, oh, this flips to purple. Really, really pretty and icy. The base is almost like translucent in a way, so it just kind of looks wet. Really sparkly. On the inner corner, I want to go in with Wishlist. I want to pop into this blue and make a matte inner corner. Let's see how bright it is. It's a little darker than I wanted it to be, but it'll work. My camera wasn't recording, but I'm going to kind of leave this one alone for a minute. Pop over here. I'm going to go in with Hot Chocolate and Mistletoe, and I've just been layering those on together. I want to play with some of the greens, also maybe some of the warmer tones in this palette. I will say that Mistletoe, it looked a little sagey green, but layered on with the brown, it kind of turns it more olive if you layer those two together. But how are you doing? What are you up to today? How's your week been? It's almost the weekend. It has been so cold where I live. When I say so cold, I mean like the low is 29 degrees Fahrenheit. So not like too cold, but you know, just have to get used to that weather. Okay, I'm going to go in with Cabin, the darker green next. I love the little embossments. They're so pretty. They have little cabins on them. And then the top row has a Christmas tree and a present under it. It's so cute. And I want to pop this on and deepen up everything. So I found out working with Simply Posh mattes, they tend to work best for me personally whenever I start with the dark and then go to the light versus going lighter to darker. If that makes sense, because it just gets a little weird layering on top of some of the lighter shades. But it'll work. It'll work. I just forgot. Whoopsie. I'm going to go with Mistletoe now. Let's go into a shimmer. Pine. It's a blue base with green sparkles. I think I'm going to go in with this bright shade. Festive. It is yellow and orange. There's almost some red in there as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of some eye base down. And then let's pop that one on top. Is this not like the prettiest gift as far as eyeshadow palettes go to give someone this holiday season? Like this packaging. And honestly, you could wear it all year around with this color story. That shade, Festive, definitely has a green flip to it. And I think it works beautifully with this shade. Woo, I'm going in with Pine. It is really pigmented. It feels like it's softer than the rest. I just want to kind of put that on the outer corner just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Stalking. It's the yellow orangey matte. And I'm going to layer that on the inner corner and on the lower lash line. Probably going to be too dark for my inner corner. But I wanted to try it out. I've been using a lot of matte shades. I think that'll work. inner corner recently, especially pastels. But typically, I will just go into a white and then layer one of these right on top. Now I'm just going to reach into Snowfall and Cabin and use them as liner, add a lippy, and then I'll be back to show you the finished looks. Okay, so this is the finished look for the look number 1, the blue look. Really like how it came out. And then this is the finished look for look number 2. I really like the green mixed with the yellows in here. Now I'm going to turn down the brightness. Something I love about their formula, it sparkles and just looks so wet and yummy. So I'm going to zoom you out and let's talk about my thoughts on this palette. Okay, let's first start off with the packaging. I love that they match. I love the window and the snow. It really does make you think of cozy cabin vibes when you see this. I love the artwork so much. And the eyeshadow palette, I really enjoyed this color story. I really regretted missing out on the first cozy cabin, so I'm really happy that they brought back cozy cabin with a twist, very unique. And I do like this color story. It's super fun year round. I love the mix with the warms and the cools. They do a really good job with adding contrasting tones like that. I like the depth. It goes super deep, really light tones. I like the shimmers. They're all very beautiful. They sparkle. Lots of them are duochromes. They have, like this one is, I would say, yeah, purple to blue, and this one is the one you saw today, almost like a translucent base with that beautiful blue in there. This is a blue base with green. This is a beautiful pink, and it almost has some red gold vibes to it as well. And then this orange is very bright and yellow. And Festive is really unique. It almost looks green when you pair it with green. So just first impressions, but I really like the looks that I came up with today. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shades, I believe. And I really like the formulation. I will say, for me personally, I find it best whenever I go from dark to light with their mattes, just personal preference, but I typically have no trouble when I do it that way. And the formulation, if you're curious on these shimmers, it's a very thin formulation, kind of like Odin's Eye, with heavy sparkles. That's kind of how I would describe it as far as texture goes. So yeah, I can't wait to play with them. I can't wait to dive into these purples. Cannot wait. So that's kind of my thoughts on the eyeshadow palette as far as just first impressions. I was super pumped whenever I saw that they were coming out with Cozy Cabin. And then as far as the cheek palette, I'm ecstatic that we are seeing a cheek palette from them. I've always wanted a cheek palette, blushes, highlighters from them, because I knew they would create magical, just a dream as far as the formulation goes. So the mattes, or the the blushes in this palette, they are matte, so it almost gives a blurring effect to the cheeks, and then the highlighters are just a very intense, lovely formulation. So A+, I'm so happy, and I hope this summer or spring we see some of these tones in a cheek palette. Just, just putting it out there. But yeah, you'll have to let me know down below. Are you going to pick up either one? If you could only pick up one, which are you leaning towards? I think that if you are a pink lover, you're going to love this palette. And I really like that it goes super light to super deep with these. I'm going to have to be very careful because holy pigment, I could get clown cheeks real quick. Yeah, I look at this palette right here and I'm super inspired. So please let me know down below. Are you going to be getting it, adding it to your Christmas wish list? Because, I mean, come on, this is the best palette to give someone this holiday season. But that's going to do it for today's video, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.